everybody, to the Superhumanistic podcast, where we talk about all things health and wellness. Thank you for joining us today. We are your hosts, David and Jessica. Make sure you follow Superhumanistic on everything. Hit that follow button on this podcast so you never miss another episode. Last week, we talked about health apps. So go back and listen to that episode if you want to learn more about how you can use apps to be healthier. We're going to talk a little bit about apps today, and we're going to incorporate that into our topic, which is going to be losing weight. Various ways that you can implement into your daily lifestyle to lose weight and hopefully turn that into a healthy lifestyle that can be long-term and sustaining. So I think we want to get started today with caloric deficit.
Caloric
deficit. All right. So how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, basically with that, it's in the name, right? So you're wanting to have a calorie deficit throughout your day. Really, it depends on your current height, gender, your body weight currently as well, to do it in a healthy way. So check in with your doctor for this too, if you want to come up with a specific plan to you. Also, you can email us. We can help with navigating how to do this in a healthy way. But basically, calorie deficit or caloric deficit just means you want to have less calories than what you typically should have in your day-to-day, right? You want to aim for about 500 less calories that you're eating throughout the day. And you're like, well, how do I know based off of what? So again, it's off of your gender, your height, your body makeup, and how much you're working out, things like that, because we're burning calories throughout our day as well, just by really sitting. Depending on if you've worked out, you're going to burn more calories throughout your day. But you want to have 500 calories less than what you typically would take in throughout your day. So to track that, let's just say we're typically wanting to get around 1,500 calories a day that we're eating or intaking. So then you would say just 1,000 calories that I want to take in for that day. To track things like that, I use my Fitbit a lot because it does show you how many calories you've burned throughout the day. Now, how accurate it is, I'm not sure, but it usually gives me a range. So then I know, okay, I can either do a little less than that or a couple of calories more than that. It's a general calories deficit of 500. There are, of course, 3,000 calories in 1 pound. So that 500 per day is going to add up to a pound of losing a pound a week, basically, which is a healthy way of losing weight as well. You don't want to have 10 pounds that you lose in a week, because a lot of times then we're gaining that plus more because our bodies are starving and need energy just to survive as well. So calorie deficit around 500 per day to do it in a healthy way for losing weight. And it's also sustainable that way too. So long run, right? Our goal is not immediate here. We want to get it turtle gang, right? Slow and steady wins the race in this one. So making those lifestyle changes, not talking about diets here, a specific diet. Yes, your diet includes adding in more veggies and fruits and water, but not tailored to a specific diet. That's not what we're talking about. It's more lifestyle changes. So going into the hows, or if you had more.
Yeah, 1 pound per week, that's pretty good. And the way that's working is it's forcing your body to burn fat. So that becomes your energy source at that point whenever you're going into that caloric deficit. So
yeah, exactly.
How do you do it?
So how? Yeah. So really a lot of our episodes, we've already talked about different ways of being healthy in general. So same goes with this. We want to make sure you're adding more protein into your diet. So taking out those carbs that we all love. Not saying you can never have carbs again. I love my carbs and I will eat carbs, but making sure that we are balanced in that. So adding more protein will help. Again, for protein, you want, like, protein in general will boost your metabolism. So that's why adding in more protein helps you to lose that weight even faster. And it makes you feel full for a longer time. So adding more protein like eggs, chicken. You can eat red meat. I don't eat red meat. My husband sometimes will eat red meat. Again, balanced diet. We want to stay balanced in what we're eating and taking in. So it is okay to eat those things, but only every once in a while.
So some lean proteins there,
yeah.
some fish,
Yes.
tuna,
Yeah.
sardines,
Good.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then whole foods. So looking for ingredients on the back. So we had a whole episode about like how to shop and what we do when we're shopping. So when you're looking at the ingredient list on the back of the foods you're buying, looking for the least amount of ingredients in those products is better. So you want whole foods, like truly single ingredient foods. So like your veggies, your fruits, legumes, different nuts and seeds, things like that, because that's just what it is. It's that thing. So looking for whole food ingredients when you're buying foods. Limiting then those processed foods. And again, I enjoy my popcorn, and I will go and get some popcorn from time to time, like weekly maybe. So it's okay to have those things, but making sure you're limiting the amount that you're having of those processed foods. So limiting processed foods. Then you also want to stock up, so keeping those nutritious foods in your home. So we're not going out and buying a bunch of Twinkies or candy or a lot of Cokes and Pops and those sugary drinks that you don't think about, like, oh, this actually is not the best for me. We're not stocking our fridge with those things because you're more likely than to have those things. So we generally keep our fridge stocked with like the yogurts, the healthy fruits and veggies and nuts, and really our snack pantry right now. Well, it's not really a snack pantry, but our pantry has snacks, but they're whole food snacks. So nuts and we did have popcorn last week, but still good. We also have bananas and different fruits, beans, legumes, whole grain chips, things like that. And then what we'll do, or at least what I do, and my husband does this too, we pre-package throughout our week. So for our lunches, we'll make up our meals ahead of time. So even for our snacks, what we'll do is put them in bags so that they're portioned out for what we should be eating. Because when you don't portion them out, and I'm guilty of this myself, I tend to eat more than what I should be eating of that food. And you have like that mindless snacking that happens. So portioning them out also helps to reduce the amount that you're snacking, and making sure that you're only buying those foods, nutritious foods to stock up on, also reduces you going and snacking on those non-nutritious foods. So then limiting your added sugar. I know you were talking about like the sugary drinks. That's something too. That I don't even think about, but making sure that we're eliminating the amount of soda that we're having per week, if at all, per month. So limiting that intake of added sugar and looking for that in the back of your foods. A lot of times they're added in. So you don't want to just look at the sugar, but you also want to check out your added sugar when you look at the labels. Drinking water, obviously, water does fill you up and it does help you to feel full for longer too. So sometimes I don't even think about it, but like drinking the water throughout the day, like I'll get headaches. So I'm like, oh, I need more water right now. Your body does tell you there's different signs, and we have a whole episode about water and the things to look out for that tells you are dehydrated. So drinking more water, drinking a cup of water before you even eat a meal or your snack. Sometimes your body's really just telling you need water, that you're not hungry. It's just the water that you're needing. So always try to drink a glass of water if you're feeling like you're getting hungry, like for a snack, and then wait a little bit after you've drank that water and see if you're still hungry. If you're still hungry, have the snack. If you're like, nah, I'm good now, great. It was just your body telling you needed more water. And then unsweetened coffee, we have an episode about coffee too, but wanting to limit the amount of creamers and sugar that you're adding to your coffee. That is a lot, and I have a lot more, but you had some things too of how to like limit our calorie intake.
Yeah. Just, pretty much along the lines that you already covered.
Right.
Just eliminating those sugary drinks, any kind of juices, energy drinks, those type of things. Like you said, don't keep them in your house. Just have them on occasion as like a treat, maybe once a month, something like that.
Yeah.
And again, make sure you're not storing them anywhere nearby where you have quick and easy access to them, which just makes it easy. You got to essentially design your environment to allow you to live a healthier life. And that's one important way of doing it is to make sure you stock with healthy foods versus those sugary and processed foods.
Yeah, for sure. That would be my challenge to you this week, really, is to like look in your pantry and see if there's one food I can get rid of that is processed, and just buying then something else that's more nutritious to replace that, so that you have your snacks, and then pre-packaging that food for your week. So you're ready just to grab one of those small bags for a snack throughout your week.
I've been doing a lot of meal prep as well. So that's another good way to do it for your lunch, is do some sort of meal prep. Also, smoothies and those type of things are a great option for breakfast. Then meal prep your lunch for something that's healthy. You can find all kinds of recipes online that have an assortment of vegetables in it, lean proteins. And then you can also freeze a lot of these things right after you cook them and have them ready for later in the week as well.
Yeah, very true. You can also, instead of like having a really big plate for your dinners or lunches, breakfast, whatever meal, try to have like a smaller plate and fill that smaller plate. So then naturally then you're taking in less calories because you have a smaller plate that you filled. There's another, like we've talked about, fasting intermittently. However that works for you. Of course, making sure though that you are eating something nutritious after you're fasting, and then eating slowly. I do this a lot, and my husband as well. Like, we really take our time. It's kind of funny when we have friends or family over, they're like, "You're still eating?" And we're like, yeah, we're slow eaters, sorry. We're always like the last ones to eat. Restaurants hate us because they're like, these people are never leaving. But just really taking your time to enjoy that food, right? That mindful eating does make a difference. And I notice a lot of times that I'll have, like, even last night we were eating and I'm like, I'm really like getting full, and I don't have to eat all of my food because I'm already feeling like I'm full, because we're taking our time with eating that food. And spicing your meals, so the different spices actually help you to burn calories too. My husband is from New Mexico and they love their spices. They have like green chili and red chili, and I'm like, what is this? It's really hot, but there is something to that science that you eating like jalapenos and different spicy foods does help you to lose weight too. Boost that metabolism, something in those foods. Also, getting enough sleep is going to help, of course, with the calorie deficit. And then boosting your cardio, different exercises that you're doing in the gym. Of course, you want it to be balanced. So if you are working out, and you're taking in like 1,500 calories a day, just make sure that you're staying balanced with that. You only want it to be a 500 calorie deficit per day, not over that, so that you're not burning as much throughout your week. Because then your body is going to want those other foods that are unhealthy. You're going to notice that you're more hungry when you're working out, and your body does need that nutrition in order to like have the muscles and to sustain energy throughout your week too. So just balance out when you're working out the foods that you're eating so that you aren't starving yourself either. That's really what I have. Again, it's really the like lifestyle changes. This isn't like a one diet fits all. Like, we're not talking about a specific diet, just what you're eating like for you that will work for you in your lifestyle, and taking one of these things and changing it so that you're able to sustain it for a longer time.
Yeah, I could definitely covered a lot of great topics there and ways to lose weight and continue that into a healthy lifestyle. Cardio is a great way to incorporate that into your life, such as running, cycling, swimming. I mean, I can't swim, but I'll do the running and I also like the elliptical a lot.
Yeah.
You want to aim for about 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of high intensity cardio each week. But as my wife mentioned, you want to, again, balance that and monitor how many calories you're burning and how many you're taking in to reach only that 500 deficit and not try to exceed that. So I think a good thing about doing that cardio is allows you to maybe have a little bit more food as well. So that's a great way to continue to lose weight. And also weightlifting. It's crucial to build muscle mass, which can help boost your metabolism, and you can even burn calories even when you're at rest, whenever you build muscle like that. So it's good to incorporate that into your routine as well. If you're just getting started, you're looking for 2 to 3 times a week. So that can include activities like lifting weights. We also use resistance bands often. That's another option. There's some great workouts online and on YouTube for resistance bands. You can order those pretty cheaply on Amazon. And that's a great way to start building muscle 2 or 3 times a week, even at home. You can also do workouts like push-ups and pull-ups that can be done in a lot of places. So that's another great option. Do some squats, get yourself some sort of weights, and you can do that at home as well. So yes, hopefully all these tips that we gave today were part of a healthy lifestyle. We're not really, again, talking about diets or anything like that. This is a way to kind of continue to live healthy, and so we hope that you go out there and incorporate these tips into your life. Make sure you follow Superhumanistic on everything, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.